Chinese Foreign Service stations. Wake up, it's a sovereignty threat. Time to stand up and protect civil rights from foreign infringement. In April 2023, New York City arrested 2 American citizens for being unregistered foreign agents and obstructing justice. Xi Jinping, one of the defendants, entered a guilty plea for being an unregistered foreign agent in Brooklyn federal court this week, and he will face a sentencing in May 2025. His co-defendant, Liu Xingwing, has pleaded not guilty and is awaiting trial. The charges against the 2 men stem from their operation of an unregistered Chinese police station in New York's Chinatown. They claim to be a nonprofit organization occupying a full floor of a nondescript building that served as a social gathering place for people from the Fujian province in China. This case is a part of a larger issue of China organizing and promoting the creation of overseas police stations to monitor Chinese citizens in their diaspora and exert control over them while they are outside of mainland China. In 2022, Safeguard Defenders, an advocacy group based in Spain, reported that China had established, quote, service stations, end quote, in 102 locations worldwide, including New York. China acknowledges the existence of these service stations and asserts that volunteers, not government officials, operate them to assist Chinese citizens in renewing documents and driver's license, among other services. China ignores the fact that consulate offices in various cities typically provide these services. This is evidently a flimsy facade of the location's purpose, given that Mr. Liu is accused of receiving direct requests from Beijing officials to locate a pro-democracy activist against China in 2022 and of attempting to coerce a Chinese fugitive to return to China in 2018 to face punishment. These are the services that Safeguard Defenders were reporting on, and these locations were serving as extensions of the Chinese police. The U.S. and Canada have been most aggressive in shutting these locations, but there are reportedly 102 such locations in 53 countries, including Europe, with 11 of them located in Italy alone, the most of any country. Unlike the U.S. and Canada, Europe has concerns about these locations, but is not taking any action against them. One European exception is the Netherlands, which has initiated an investigation into the presence of these stations. The goal of these stations, according to Safeguard Defenders, is to pressure expats to return to China for punishment, and practice that is illegal in most Western countries. However, what is more concerning is that these service centers to intimidate Chinese citizens abroad and the Chinese diaspora, preventing them from speaking out against the Chinese Communist Party while abroad. The most concerning aspect of this accusation is its intended use to exert intimidation and control over individuals the Chinese government considers to be, quote, its people, end quote, living outside its jurisdiction. This accusation appears to be accurate based on the charges against Mr. Liu and Mr. Shen in Brooklyn. The U.S. is taking the issue more seriously than Europe and has stated that it is part of a transnational repression or operation that is meant to intimidate opponents to the Chinese regime and other repressive countries such as Iran. The U.S. is concerned that locations such as the 102 service stations could potentially target not only foreign citizens and the diaspora, but also individuals within the U.S. who may oppose China or other repressive countries. These Chinese-supported locations, along with other countries that adopt the Chinese model, pose a direct threat to the sovereignty of the countries they operate in. This is due to the Chinese government's attempts to circumvent national laws by using intimidation, disguised as a foreign law, to exert control over individuals who reside outside of its jurisdiction. The Chinese government is exploiting the permissive laws of the EU and its member states to allow a foreign country to subvert their sovereignty, thereby posing security risks. The lack of concern by Europe over this issue is more egregious considering they consider China a European security risk due to their support of Russia in its war against Ukraine. Allowing these stations to exist could lead to their use of intelligence collection and espionage, thereby instilling fear in Western citizens, preventing them from exercising their usual freedoms.